Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, previewing a handful of games from college football, Week 7. A lot of these are interesting matchups. And right now we're going to discuss one of the most interesting ones, North Carolina and Notre Dame. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, Joe Duffy, last week the back door was wide open in a lot of these college games, and you got fucked by a lot of those backdoor covers, right?
I did, and yep, this was one of them.
All right, but overall, long-term, you have a great record at your site, right? So give a little plug for OffshoreInsiders.com and brag a little bit about that before we get to your opinions on North Carolina and Notre Dame.
Yeah, that Notre Dame against the prevent defense, that's the one I was talking about. That was one of the heartbreaks. Yeah, no, I take this job seriously. I mean, I live and die every pick. Live a lot more than I die, but last weekend, like I said, was just a living hell for me. But the good news is we win year in and year out. Been doing this full time, my 27th year in the business. I've survived a couple heartbreaks, over the years, over the quarter century, and we'll more than bounce back. Our history says that we will. We're still ahead for the year, going back to the preseason college and pro. Big weekend led by the college football game of the year, OffshoreInsiders.com.
I hear you, Joe Duffy. Man, I'll say it again. I had West Virginia last week. The first three quarters, I was like, all right, I was pretty confident. I was like, that was a good pick. Nice win, Peter. You're going to get a cashier. Backdoor was wide open. Bam! Completely fucked by the backdoor in that one. Yeah. All right. Notre Dame, North Carolina is another game where the backdoor could be wide open. Right now, Notre Dame is 16.5 or 17 home favorites here. Notre Dame's now 4-1 against the spread on the year, and UNC, of course, 0-5 against the spread. But this might be the ultimate sandwich spot of the year for any team in college football. Notre Dame coming off the tough Stanford win last week, and now they got Florida State coming up next week. UNC, they have a pretty decent quarterback, and generally haven't shown much, and generally look like they kind of suck in most areas, a little bit overrated in general, and that's definitely been reflected in their 0-5 against the spread record on the year. But, Notre Dame only beat Purdue by 16, and Purdue's a comparable team, so maybe North Carolina plus 17 might be the play here. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, no, and by the way, among my heartache, I also had West Virginia, one of my great things. So, yeah, like I said, 27 years of specifically selling picks, and many years before that, betting and handicapping. I don't know if I've experienced too many like last weekend. But no, you basically stole my thunder. Not that it was something that is completely unknown. But again, I've said it even on one of the other videos we recorded it. And in recent years, I have been weighing spot situations a whole lot heavier than in the past. Now, the one thing that makes me a little nervous, and even made me nervous last week when I bet against Notre Dame and got backdoored, is I said from the beginning I thought that the Irish were going to be a very good team against the spread this year. I don't think that people realized how much better they were with Everett Golston as their quarterback, and clearly they have, as they've been a spread team. But at the same as you said, it's so tough to ignore the obvious, absolute sandwich situation. Not only that emotional come-from-behind victory against this ridiculous prevent defense, which if I knew Stanford was going to play a prevent defense with the lead, I wouldn't have had them. But, whatever. We'll take the tough loss there. But still, with, as you said, Florida State on the road, man, what a brutal spot. And North Carolina, remember, they were good enough where they made quite a few of the fairly respected preseason publications, top 25. So they do have talent. They've been playing like crap, but, that's a dangerous situation. Everybody gets up for Notre Dame. Everybody gets up for Notre Dame. So they have a perfect game for an underachieving team to rally around, while Notre Dame, as you said, you can't get more of a sandwich situation here. So I'm going to eat the sandwich and take the underdog.
All right, and I think you just answered it. The only lingering question is, does North Carolina, actually have the talent to make this a game? And you just basically said that you think they do.
Well, they have the talent. They're one of the most underachieving teams in the country, although, maybe we were overrating it. But a lot of the preseason publications that I respect did have them in the top 25. I think they were even as high as 17 in some of the national publications. So they do have the talent, but their talent hasn't been playing together very well.
Well, Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com recommending a play on North Carolina, currently plus 17. We'll see where this line moves by kickoff. It'll be interesting to see. Thanks so much, Joe.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.